find this live video today. This is just a trial live. We are checking if I'm still capable to do this. If I had forgotten, and it's going to be Joe Biden, Joe Biden kind of style, but I have been thinking about this for a while. I want to thank you. I want to thank every one of you who have been very kind, very thoughtful. I have been getting messages asking if everything was well. I know it has been a very long leave, and I don't know who missed the our connection and live streams more. Those of you who reached out to me, or at times personally I felt that maybe that is me, because it was it felt empty at times. So instead of reaching out to every one of you, via emails or messages, I thought I'd answer the questions here in this introductory life, so to speak. Sometimes you need a break in life where you feel the burnout, or you feel that what you do is not what your heart calls you to do, when you feel that no matter what you say is not won't be genuine or relevant, because your heart, mind and soul are somewhere else. Your mental space is elsewhere, and you are worrying about something, or you are trying to take some major moves, and that was the main reason for such long absence. And I'm so glad that my channel is still here. I checked it, everything is well. I'm really looking forward to start over. And yes, I do have some major update. I took my family out of the war zone and moved them to United States. Humanitarian parole is a wonderful way to go. If any one of you is interested, or maybe you are doing the same thing or considering to sponsor a family, let me know. I am considering recording a video on this, although it's pretty simple. Anyone can go on the governmental site and fill out the paperwork, but of course it is a process, and it's something to consider. There is so many aspects of it. Today I won't share that much about the process, but I want to share this message more on the emotional and family side and decision side of things. So this year has been a trying year for so many people. I believe that the war in Ukraine had affected many of us, but of course it is especially cruel and especially painful for those of us who have loved ones or family in Ukraine. On the other hand, people anywhere in the world, including Ukraine, are used to live their own lives. They have their own established places. They do not want to move. They have a lot of younger people, have their studying, have their careers. Some are more established, have their businesses. Even with the war going on, one of the hardest obstacles is to decide that you want to change a country. It's surprisingly, you know, Ukrainian people are really, despite of what a lot of people on the West think, most of Ukrainian people are not looking forward to live even in this most threatening circumstance such as war. And that is something I was experiencing with my own family. um, I have been hosting 5 people from my family. I wish I could have more, but that's what we were able to do. And it was very, very complicated because it's very hard to leave what you have built. It's very hard to take these decisions when you have small children. It's very hard to leave everything you know and everything that you put your effort in and you put your life's work. Not to mention, if you're a male, and it doesn't matter how you feel, you know, if you feel like a woman today, it's not gonna work for the customs. If you're a male 18 to 60, your chances of living are equal to almost zero. So we had to take all of this into consideration and you know, make it happen. That's challenges, you know, from their side. And I know I'm sharing this because I know a lot of my clients, a lot of people I work with, a lot of people I that has been watching this channel. You may have your in-laws in Ukraine. You may have some relatives in Ukraine. You may still be thinking, you know, we all were hoping it would end faster and faster. I mean, it would, sorry, I get distracted with the comments. We were all hoping that it will end, you know, in a couple of days, in a week, in a month. But now we are at a full year, almost, I don't know, we are way over a year into this. So there are still people who are trying to have this accomplished, and I'm seriously considering making a step-by-step video about pros and cons of this. But I just want to share that first of all, I want to thank every one of you who had gave me courage, who had supported Ukrainian people through my channel, people who were displaced, people who were trying to survive. I am forever grateful for every single one of you who had reached out and offered any kind of help. We made a lot of difference for many people, many families that I could reach personally, but it's only because of you I was able to do that. But you also maybe indirectly gave me the courage to help my own family. And that was, it's really hard to talk about this, but that was the turning point. I felt that no matter what I do, no matter what I create, no matter what topic I talk about or who I help, none of that make any sense if my own family is still there under the missiles, under in unknown, under the mercy of person who had lost his mind. And I just realized that yes, I'm going to miss. I'm going to have to sacrifice some things, but if I put my full focus to preparation, anywhere from, or you know, organizing the home, to the legal side of things, to the financial side, to everything, if I put my full focus to it, I will be able to get my family out of the war zone. That was my main agenda for this last couple months. They have successfully been here for the last couple months, and they are adjusting. They are all doing extremely well. We did not kill each other here. It takes a lot, you know. It's I always say this, is one thing to share love, it's another thing to share space. But of course, I know 100% it was the right decision. We had survived, they had survived the war, and we had survived our first couple of months of adjustment, of paperwork, of learning how to get around. When you invite someone or you host someone, whether it's your family or you just decide to host somebody, you absolutely have to remember and realize that it's a big responsibility. And if I'm very honest with you, I had a moment when I was paralyzed with fear, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, that is a lot. And you feel this, I would not even say fear, probably the level of responsibility you're taking on when you are bringing someone that will be completely foreign, that would not know how to navigate, how to get around, and that is your responsibility to manage it. But then what helped me is probably a what really had helped me is watching those short under 1 minute clips with houses getting blown up and just seeing a bunch of rebel on the ground. That just really sobered me up when I was having just, it was a very short time when you have doubts, when you take a big decision, usually in extreme situation. And somehow my questions of, whether I have, enough of floors or bathrooms, or whether my air condition sets up right, those questions were all answered when once again, time after time, in a period of maybe 3 days, you see places just blown up, burning. I realized that it's time to snap out of this nonsense. And excuse me, I realized that it's time to snap out of this bullshit. I'm just going to say it. And yes, my heart is in a not in the right place. I have so much passion for helping people. It was my honor and pleasure to help people to understand each other here in US. I helped a lot of couples to just understand each other, not so much with language but with mentality. And that was my huge passion for all this time. Oh my gosh, thank you, Sean. Thank you. I'm gonna get to the comments in just a second. Thank you so much for your generous support. Thank you. I see that. Oh, um, so yes, I just felt that my heart is not in the right place. I have nothing to talk about because I cannot talk about the war. My heart is breaking in a million pieces because my family, my friends, and just all those innocent people there getting hurt. I can't talk about it. It just tears me. I cannot talk about good things or frivolous things. Although if you follow the Instagram page, you may have seen my I'm gonna call it my glamour page. That's one thing I had done to not completely lose it, to not completely lose the touch with my creative side. And thank you so very, very much for those who had supported. I know you were waiting for the channel to start over, and that's why I'm here. But my main point is, and I want to tell you this, guys, sometimes you have to take a very tough decision, a very uh, like very major step that will require 100% of your focus. And it's always scary, it's always shocks you. But when you realize the alternatives and what will happen or may happen if you not take this decision, that is, you realize it's worth to take that risk. It's worth to literally do anything and everything that you can possibly do but you you will make that important move that depends on you. It is always uh it's always difficult from both sides to jump from the cliff. It's always hard, but it's so worth it. And I actually felt hypocritical to come and talk about, once again, things that are just a regular, just a regular, normal, everyday things, when my heart is somewhere else. So sometimes it's a sign that you, to my opinion, maybe I am wrong for everyone, but that's just from my experience. Maybe it's a sign that it's okay to wrap certain things up for a while and give that laser focus. But I think that you cannot go wrong with that decision when there are lives of people uh, that depend on you. If you can save a life, or you can help someone in a devastating, dire situation, I don't think you can go wrong. So, uh, but I want to thank you once again. Those of you especially who had been going above and beyond during, I'm sorry guys for this lighting, but it is what it is. uh, for all of you who had went above and beyond, to help, to support, to just be there in every way you could. I just deeply and truly appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to come back here to share things, uh, to have interesting discussion, to, every YouTube channel have a tribe. I feel that my tribe is the people who still follow common sense, who see through all this nonsense we are fed through TV. We have this Pride Month going on. I mean, literally, is this world is losing its mind, and I want to run this channel. I want to learn how to make relevant content that we can all discuss and keep each other sane. Yeah, I really, I'm deeply concerned about our society. I'm deeply concerned, especially each time, June comes around, I do question my sanity. I don't know about you guys how you feel about this, but every June was a we have a month for perversion, celebration, and celebration of it. It's insanity, if you ask me. But that's for another video. I just want to say that we have a lot to talk about, and I'm looking forward to it. Now I'm going to say hi to those of you who had hopped on my chat. Thank you guys. I'm gonna answer a few questions before I go. Oh, I'm nervous. I feel like Joe Biden Jr. right now, because I hadn't made a live video in probably 4 or 5 months. If once again, if you guys are interested, if you want to know more about you for you, there are certain things that I may or may not able to share. But if you have a difficult situation with you for you, please reach out to me privately and I will help you. Also, people on my members and my Patreons, thank you for not closing your accounts, for not quitting, supporting the channel. I will be doing content that I don't want to stay publicly on those platforms. So thank you so much for, and once again, I had a lot of time to reflect, and the amount of support and love from you guys this probably hardest year for any Ukrainian in the world will be forever remembered. And just know that you made a difference. You didn't just talk about things, but you made difference, a huge difference in people's lives. And now, yes, I'm reading the questions. Hello, John. Somebody is asking me what country. So I live in United States right now since, well, for a long time now, but I am originally from Kiev, Ukraine. So for those who are new on the channel, uh, this is who I am, at least geographically. I am an American citizen now, but I am my family and I was born and live and studied in college and all of that in Ukraine till I moved to the United States. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I read some of the comments and they were so full of love and care, and I just didn't have a chance to answer. I felt so just so burnt out, and I was in so much pain, guys. I just didn't want to put my camera on and cry the entire live show. But that's what was on my heart. And I'm glad. I can't believe, I don't know why I'm talking like this, because my family have been here for as long as I have not recorded, so for about 4 months, 4 or 5 months, they have been here and doing amazingly well. And I am almost sane. Almost. Let me read some of your comments again. So yes, I answered one question. Hello, John. John is saying my in-laws decided not to come. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish that they would. How much happiness that would be for everyone. I'm so sorry. Whew. Adam, I'm so glad that your family is safe in the US, and I started watching you when you were in the Ukraine. My heart goes out to you and your family. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adam. And again, Sean, thank you so much for the Cash App, very generous Cash App super chat. It's such an encouragement for me also. I was considering going on live, and I was like, man, I'm not prepared. I have a lot of adjustments at my home and this and that. I'm like, when can I start? And then I realized I need to start today, because if I will wait till I have good lighting, till I set up my place and everything back, it's gonna take longer. Um, oh yeah. Oh, and please say hello to Svetlana from me. My heart goes to her. So one of my longtime followers, John, his wife having a having parents. That's what I was sharing with you. Having parents, they are of course older, and they are in Ukraine, and they just don't want to move. To me, guys, I sometimes wonder if I could visit. I have some business to take care of, and if I could even make it to Lviv, that would be fine. But it's not, I can't even put it into words, but the idea is that I can cross the border to my country and I'm not safe. That, if I come with a family, they are not safe. That we may be at the mercy of this power hungry, ego driven, insane maniac that just does the most atrocious and brutal tactics on everyone. Like the idea that you can get hurt, the idea that it's just, I just can't do that. I don't know. It's so scary to think. It's so painful to think about all of this. I feel like all of us who are connected with Ukraine, and we are all wounded. Yeah. There is certain very deep feeling of it's almost like you lose your faith in humanity. It's almost like you don't trust the good anymore. It's most awful feeling of betrayal. When I was in middle school, I think, back in time, and I was learning about Stalin and what he had done, his dictatorship, his tyranny, how many millions of people he had tortured. I thought to myself, that is horrific. I was learning it. I remember reading those books and documentary and just swimming in tears. And I thought to myself, I'm so lucky to live in this time, because nobody ever will allow this. Nobody ever will allow one person or a small group of people make millions suffer. It could never be in the present conscious of people. I thought it's impossible. In the present conscious where we are, in 21st century, and that was still, was it? No, that was in the very end of was in the very end of on the turn of the century when I was in school. But anyhow, I was thinking, nobody would allow that. We are so lucky we are living this time. Nobody would allow this whatsoever. It's impossible. The whole world and the people would never allow it. And I was thinking a lot about the mental control, the mental slavery that is going on. A slavery. For example, I don't remember, it's 140 million people in Russia, or something like that. And I had those debates with certain people, and I would always say during these times, like, you're trying to tell me that millions and millions of people cannot handle one guy and his family and even his security? You're trying to tell me that if hundreds of thousands or even a few millions of people get on the street, they cannot handle this? Yes, some people going to get hurt. Some people, they will try to do something, but nobody can resist this. Nobody can resist this. You can lie to a small amount of people for a long time. You can lie to a large amount of people for a short time, but you cannot lie to a large amount of people for a long time. No tyrant had ended well. Very few tyrants died their own deaths. So, yes, I was thinking about, I went back to that memory that I thought it was impossible that our own country and the world would let this ever happen again, ever. There was repressions in 1937 with Stalin, and he did so much. It's million and million of most brilliant people had suffered terribly. And I as I thought, and I remembered my thoughts that, oh gosh, but it will never happen again. And look at this. It's happening, and it's happening in the most brutal ways for the world to watch. A lot of people misunderstand when someone in our politics had referred to this tyrant as brilliant. But he was brilliant. He is evil brilliant, because he counted the perfect timing when he kind of knew that the world would get in this trap. They would be afraid to make the real move. He just knew that he's dealing with a perfect time, with a weak leadership, and with a bunch of cowards. And that was now or never. That was now or never. So he counted it. That was this step. We all now realize it was planned. It was planned for decades, and now we are witnessing this. Oh, anyhow, I am glad to be on the live again. I tried to do it a few times, and I just I don't know. I just couldn't. I have been watching certain people, and I feel that too much emotion is not always right. Sometimes you gotta deal with things and come with a result. So I want to celebrate with all of you a successful transition, of my family here to US. I felt that I owe you to share this incredible news with you. Um, owe you in the best sense of this word. I wanted to run, but when they came, I was so overwhelmed by the emotion seeing my family here, living 15 years here in the United States. I was the one flying and visiting, so seeing them here, it was so surreal, and it was I can't even, I don't have words to describe it, but it was magical despite of all of this. It was like a fairy tale, like saving someone from the burning ship. It was such a huge mix of emotions. And I also did something that I try to teach you guys on this channel, is sometimes to cut everything off and give someone your undivided 100% focus attention. In my case, it was a bit too long, but oi, but nevertheless, it was much needed, and we had a chance to reconnect and get to know each other again. And my favorite part was getting to know my new nieces and nephews, and that was the sweetest part. So if I'm honest with you, they took over. They took over the auntie. So it was just like there was no time no time to breathe. But in the most wonderful sense of it, it's actually was some of the happiest moments. And I wish to every family to reunite, to reconnect, to be together, fully present, and feel that happiness. Feel that happiness, that incredible fortune, that the incredible luck that you are together. That is that was I'm gonna share with you later on some funny stories, introducing my mom. Integrating my mother into American culture is a story of its own. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Um, oh, thank you so much for the kind word. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. And thank you for the super chat. Oh my gosh, super chats. How wonderful it is to get that little support of that is very meaningful. And it feels like an very encouraging applause. Yes. Thank you so much, Stan, for this. Let me read. Hey DJ, good to see you. Hello Veronica, I was thinking about you recently. It's terrible what's going on. Yes, thank you so much. It is awful, but I am going to get the strengths from all the good things that had happened, and I feel that we gotta get back on a mission and have some good discussions and keep each other sane. I am so proud that I would say almost 100% of people on my channel have no issues with common sense. That's really tremendous, because when I watch the mainstream media, I oh my goodness, is it one more? Oh my gosh, thank you. You are spoiling me rotten today. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much for the generous cash app. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Um, really, really encouraged. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, I am so glad that we have the community of people here who actually are not okay with things that are forced on us, things that we have to be politically correct about, things that we have bound down to. I love to be feminine. I love beautiful things. Those of you who are watching me on Instagram, it's kind of like my beautiful escape from this extreme reality. But everything in this world created from masculine and feminine. There are different sides of things, different containers for things, and we still living in this world. We have to discern, and we have to create communities of people who do have common sense. It's really important, because I feel that those of us who do, we often feel isolated. We feel like we need to make a 5-minute disclaimer before we share an idea. We have to apologize every second for certain things. And I just think it's absolutely not fair to all of us who still is sane. So I want on this channel I know we talked a lot about relationships and insights, and I'm planning to do that, keep doing that. But I really want to have these insights